My. How ironic that I'm playing this in the middle of a thunderstorm. Now then, hello everyone. This is Haruka. And this is the test. To say that I've been looking forward to this is an understatement. I've always wanted to see what this game is all about, and now that I finally have the game in my hands, I figure, well, why not? With that said, however, shall we begin? Anna? Well! Now, in order to begin, this is the most important part of this entire experience. You will be asked a series of questions, and you must answer them honestly. Well, they do say honesty is the best policy, so of course. Now, when I say answer them honestly, I don't mean answer them how you'd like to answer them. Answer them with truth, even if that's hard to face. We all want to be good people. We rarely want to admit our faults, grievances, or mistakes. Very well then. But you must decide what you truly want. Do you want this to work properly? Do you want the truth about yourself, your destiny in this world? Or would you rather live a lie just to hide from yourself? My, getting rather philosophical, aren't we? The process is very simple in theory. Just answer a long series of questions. What's difficult is self-analyzing your own psyche to evaluate the truths in your own mind and life so you can predict your future. You see, as long as you're honest with these questions and answers, you'll be able to see your own future here. My, some kind of fortune teller, are you? This will tell you things you already know, but don't necessarily know that you know. As long as the answers you provide to the questions are asked are 100% honest and true, this process will simply unlock a part of your mind that you don't have natural access to. So a third eye? Anna. Interesting. This isn't psychic. This isn't a personality test. This is simply nature. Are you playing mind games with me? Because if so, that's not allowed. Only I'm allowed to do that. This is you. This is your own mind. This is simply nature taking its course. This is the human brain at work, unlocking hidden truths within itself. While attempting to answer many of these questions, you'll often wonder things like, well, this answer depends on the circumstances. Create your own circumstances in your mind and answer the questions with a simple yes or no as you see fit. You may not understand nor realize it, but your mind will develop the situation required to answer your question the way it needs to be answered. Very well then. I invite you to grab a drink of water, sit back, relax, and enjoy the experience. We are about to begin with a series of questions, and provided that you are willing a participant, we will be unlocking some substantial information today. Here we go. Do you believe that everyone should always be treated fairly? Mother always did raise me to be polite, so yes. Do you believe that everyone should always be treated equally? Treat others the way you want to be treated, of course. Have you ever invented anything? My Codebot, a mono, a few H-series robots. Well, you could say I'm a bit of a genius. Now then. Do you believe that you are worthy of someone's time investment? Well, of course. I want attention on me at all times. Would you consider yourself to be open-minded? Of course. Would you say that you sometimes have trust issues? Yes. Would you be alright with living alone forever? No. I have a lovely roommate and a lovely boyfriend. A boyfriend that I hope comes to live with me sometime. So no, I would not be alright with living alone forever. Do you always give someone the benefit of the doubt? Not always, no. Do you dislike the sound of your own voice? No. Do you like the color blue more than the color black? Well, that's an odd question. Blue is a calming color. Of course. If you found money on the street and knew who it belonged to, would you give it back to them? Well then, that's an odd question. It honestly depends on the situation, but I try to be the bigger person here. And besides, they do say money is the root of all evil. So, yes, of course I would give it back. Are you sure you want the answers you seek? Well, you brought me here, so of course. Are you afraid of spiders? Am I arachnophobic? No, I wouldn't think that I am. I don't care for spiders, but I'm not afraid of them. If you knew you would emerge unscathed, would you jump into molten lava? No, obviously not. Even if I were to emerge unscathed. I don't want to mess up my shinobi outfit. Would you consider yourself to be fat? Excuse you! No! How rude! Would you say that you have lots of charisma? I think you know what my answer is here. Have you ever wished that you could be temporarily frozen? Are we talking Fallout rules? Because I have been a little bit curious to explore post-apocalyptic America. No, I don't think so. This is all very interesting. Did you realize that the last letter of the previous 5 questions, when put together, spell the name Satan? Ara? No, I did not realize that. Excuse me. Does that make you uncomfortable? Well, I wouldn't say no. No, it really doesn't make me uncomfortable, really. Are you good at finding hidden puzzles or clues? Well, as intelligent as I am, I don't believe I am. So no. Are you now wondering what other hidden messages are hidden within these questions? Yes. Have you been entirely honest with your answers thus far? Of course. I wouldn't lie to you. Are you afraid of the consequences for answering questions dishonestly? Not really, no. Were you aware that there could be potential consequences for answering dishonestly? No. Are you wondering how these questions began to take a strange turn? Well, I have a question for you. Have you seen all of the horror games that I've played on this channel? Nothing really surprises me anymore. Would you consider yourself captivated? I'm I suppose. Captivating, perhaps. Very interesting. Would you consider yourself to be brave? I'm a brave girl! Do you view yourself as someone with above average intelligence? 300 IQ, we've been over this. Have you been looking for hidden messages in these questions? I'll be real with you, I haven't. Are you wondering which hidden messages you may have missed? Perhaps. Have you begun to wonder how long this test will take, or how many questions exist in this session? Yes. Would you consider yourself to be a patient person? Yes. Do most humans annoy you? Oh, to be honest, dear, it takes a lot to annoy me. So, no. After all, I can use someone as a test experiment if they get on my bad side. Anywho. Do you prefer animals to people? Can I say I prefer both? Animals are very pleasant, but then again, so can people. So no. Do you believe in magic? I've studied magic before. Yes. Do you believe in God or the existence of some form of higher power? I do believe we've been over this. I'm not counting Kagura in this one instance, so no, I do not believe in higher power. Do you fear death? Well, who isn't afraid of dying? I want to live a full, happy life before I move on to the next world. Are you attracted to someone whom you're currently not in a relationship with? Excuse you! We've been over this. I love Potato-kun dearly, and I would never break his heart. So to hell with you and your question. Did you answer that question with 100% honesty? 110%, you bastard! Are you alone? Why do you want to know? Yumi is at work, and Potato-kun is currently editing this for me. So technically, yes. Are you sure? Why do you want to know? Okay, no. You ask me about my relationship status and be awful rude about it, and then you ask me if I'm alone. To hell with you! If I told you with utmost certainty that there's something watching you, would you believe me? I mean, I suppose. My. Just going to look over my shoulder real quick. Okay, there's no one there. Have you wondered who I am? I know that you're a bastard! Have you had shivers at any point during this session? No. Do you feel like you're being watched? Do you feel like you're being watched? Because I am watching you. Have you considered quitting the session early? No. You brought me here, so I'm going to see it through till the end. Do you drink water every day? Well, of course. Gotta keep myself fit somehow, you know. Do you eat at least once per day, every day? Quite a basic question to ask, but yes, of course. Do you realize that there's a high probability that you've missed a plethora of hidden messages thus far? Perhaps. I haven't been looking, to be honest. Are you wondering what they are? Curious. Would it bother you to never know without finding them yourself? Not really. Is your favorite number 7? Quite an odd question to ask. But no, my favorite number is 8. Life is short, but it's the longest thing we'll ever do. Do you agree? Well, yes, of course. Oranges cannot be compared to apples. Do you agree? They're both fruit! What are you on about? Venus is sometimes referred to as the morning star. Did you know that? Planetary knowledge, Of course I knew that. Everyone deserves a second chance. Do you agree? I mean, for the most part, I agree. Yes. You can do anything you put your mind to. Do you agree? Well, yes. I mean, I have a YouTube channel, so... Obedience is more important than freedom. Do you agree? Must resist tapping into sadistic side. Whew. Resisted. Now then. Underwater adventures sound like a fun time. Do you agree? Well, you do know what they say about sharks. Deadliest predators in the ocean. Like Kagura. So, no. Did you realize the first letters of the previous 8 questions spelled the phrase, I love you? Ara? Steady on there. I have a boyfriend. Do you wish to be loved? We've discussed this. I have a boyfriend. And he loves me very much. But still... Have you ever felt hated? To be honest, no. Do you have any addictions? I wouldn't say that I do. Unless you count hearing the pleasurous moans and screams of my puppets. But does that really count as an addiction? Do you dislike the color pink? It makes up most of my shinobi uniform, so what do you think? Does the color gray seem depressing? I wouldn't say so. I think gray is rather calming, actually. Do you enjoy loud music? From time to time. Do you like to dance? Oh, I think some of you know this question. Would you consider yourself normal? Do you love your parents? I believe most of you know my history with my parents, so... Have you ever been lied to? Unfortunately, yes. Do you get angry often? I like to think of myself as a calm individual. It takes a lot to anger me. Do you hold grudges? Grudges are not good for the soul. Just ask Kayako Saiki. Have you ever forgiven someone? Yes. Have you ever done something that you knew you shouldn't have done, but still did it anyway? Why do you want to know? But I'm being honest with these questions, so... Have you ever lied? No. Have you ever cheated on a test? Again, no. Well, that's reassuring. Do you think flowers are more beautiful than trees? Yes, of course. Have you ever wanted to be an animal instead of a person? No! Do you believe you have psychic powers? My! Well, it would be nice to read people's minds. No. Have you ever seen a ghost? No, I don't believe I have. Do you dream often? Of course. Do you have nightmares often? No, only once every blue moon. Do you suffer from anxiety attacks? I wouldn't say that I do. Do you suffer from depression? Sometimes. Do you exercise often and stay active? Well, some of you know this, but... Is there a particular type of food that you despise? I try to be open with my food choices, so no. Would you consider yourself emotionally wounded? Oh, Kagura almighty. I've been through so much in my life, so... Yes, I would consider myself emotionally wounded. Have you ever felt betrayed? Not necessarily, no. Do you ever feel lost in life? Not really, no. Would you consider yourself a natural leader? Perhaps. If you could push a button and destroy the world, would you press it? Oh, heavens, no! Do you sometimes dream of being a hero? Have you ever been bullied? Why do you want to know? Have you ever bullied someone else? I'm not that kind of person. Would you consider yourself to be a dreamer? Do you sometimes hurt people's feelings unintentionally? I do sometimes take my sadism a little too far. So, yes. Do you find space fascinating? The final frontier. It's always intrigued me, to be fair. Would you consider yourself to be an artist? No, that's more Basho's thing. Would you consider yourself to be a good friend? Well, of course. Would you consider yourself to be flawed? My, no one's perfect, dear. Of course I admit to my flaws. Have you ever fantasized about being a supervillain or performing a heinous, egregious crime? I don't mind playing the bad guy every once in a while. Professor Haru springs to mind. Do you believe in perfection? No one's perfect, really. Have you ever stolen from someone? Well, I stole Potato Coon's heart. Does that count? Now then. Would you ever kill someone under any circumstances? Self-defense, but self-defense only. If you had one day to live, would you tell anyone? Well, that's awfully depressing, but... Have you ever told your darkest secrets to someone? Getting awful interpersonal, are we? Do you trust me, even though you know nothing about me? Oh, darling, I don't even know your name. Do you know who I am? No. Well, I know who you are. If I appeared behind you right now, would you scream? I'd sick a mono on you, you bastard! If I told you that I've been behind you this entire time, would that scare you? Of course not. That would be silly now, wouldn't it? Would you consider yourself to be empathetic? Of course. Would you consider yourself to be romantic? My. Have you ever been in a physical fight? No. Are you prone to headaches and migraines? Not that I'm aware of. Do you look at the ground when you walk? No. Are you attracted to the opposite sex? Well, remember, in Bleakshore, I casually admitted that I was bisexual, so I swing both ways, even though I have a boyfriend. Would you ever shave your head? No! I love my cinnamon swirls! Are you attracted to muscular bodies? Well, what kind of muscular body? If we're talking 30 tons of muscle, then no. Something normal would be just fine by me. Do you ever dance when no one is looking? Sometimes I do dance in my off time, and Potato Coon comes into my room and I'm... Well, I won't say any more. Do you trust your best friend entirely? Well, of course I trust Yumi. Why wouldn't I? Do you remember your childhood extremely well? No, can't say that I have. No. Would you rob a bank if you could get away with it? My. Do you ever dream about running from a killer? Can't say that I have ever dreamed about that. Do you ever dream about falling off of a cliff? No! Do you ever dream about being naked in public? Why do you want to know? Do you enjoy scary movies or books? Well, considering the criteria that I cover on this channel, what do you think? Do you enjoy comedic television shows or movies? Of course. Who doesn't love a little laugh every now and again? Do you like being the center of attention? Well, I am sadistic. It's in my nature. Do you feel like something is always watching you? Can't say that I have, no. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to go to space? Have you ever had an out-of-body experience? Have you ever punched a nun? No. I've dressed up as one, but I would never commit violence against the religious. Do you like dogs better than cats? It's the other way around. I mean, who doesn't love a good pussy? Now then, do you prefer to read more than you prefer to watch movies? No. Are you still wondering why I asked you if you've ever punched a nun? Not quite. Do you get starstruck easily? No. Do you hate going to big parties and social gatherings? Sometimes. Is your favorite part of your birthday receiving presents? If I'm honest, the favorite part of my birth is just hearing someone say happy birthday to me. It brings a warmness to my heart. So no, I could care less about presents. Seriously though, have you ever punched a nun? Like really, just bam, right in the face, nun punch. Why are you asking me if I've ever punched a nun? No! Did you laugh? Not really. In my head, yes. Are you now eager to get the opportunity to punch a nun sometime soon? Enough with the nun punching! As a matter of fact, I might dress up as one just to spite you later. If there's a hell, do you think you're going to it? I wouldn't say so, considering I have no religious beliefs. Do you enjoy fantasy fiction games? Final Fantasy always has been a favorite of mine. Huh? Why do you want to know? Are you wondering what constitutes frequently? Again! Why do you want to know? My! Are you more than slightly uncomfortable right now? You just asked me if I use my lady parts in a sexual fashion. What do you think? Is your mouth dry? No. Does profanity make you uncomfortable? Well, I've sworn a few times on this channel, so no, I wouldn't say so. Do you believe in legendary beasts such as the Loch Ness Monster or Bigfoot? No. Are you poor with money management? Well, I do make a decent amount of money from where I work, but sometimes it simply isn't enough. Obligatory coffee plug. Remember, I have a coffee page now. If you would like to support me, there will be a link in the description below. But remember, you are under no obligation to do so. Put your own faculties before me. So I wouldn't say I'm poor with money. Choose one of these numbers that you feel resonates with you most in this very moment. Am I going to have to do the obvious? Tee-hee. Now then, choose one of these colors that you feel resonates with you most in this very moment. Purple, I guess. Choose one of these words that you feel resonates with you in this very moment. Well, that's not a very nice set of words. Toxic, I guess, because of the Britney Spears music. Choose one of these words that you feel resonates with you most in this very moment. Glorious. More words? charm. Do you enjoy solving mathematical puzzles? As smart as I am, mathematics never was my strong suit. So no. Do you speak more than one language fluently? Arigatou gozaimashita. Ara ara. Have you ever visited a country other than your own? Well, I did visit Tennessee at one point. Can't remember when, though. Do you enjoy coffee? Of course. I have a cup right next to me. Do you believe in demons? Not quite. Do you believe in angels? Again, not quite. Are you afraid of sharks? No. Do you prefer baths over showers? Oh, Kagura almighty, yes! Does the smell of perfume or cologne give you headaches? Not necessarily. Did you see a shadow move in your room a few moments ago? No. That's fortunate. Do you ever hear your name being called even when you know no one is calling it? No. Do things in your home often go missing then reappear later? What is this? I'm on observation duty? No. Do you ever hear footsteps around you when you're alone? Ahem. Do you ever hear random knocking noises around you? Do you often look at the same time on the clock every day? Only when I'm at work. Sometimes it makes the time go faster. Have you ever felt your feet being grabbed at night while sleeping? Does this count as a sexual question? Because I don't want to embarrass Potato-kun on camera. Sorry, darling. Now then. Do you have any pets? One dog and one cat. Is your favorite color green? No. Are you attracted to a family member? Okay, no, none of that. If you won the lottery, would you share the money with anyone? Of course! If you could be the dictator of your own country, would you accept the role? My! Well, I'll be honest here. Do you ever wonder what it'd be like to be in prison? No. Do you like fishing? Contrary to popular belief, I do not. Do you like hunting? No, never cared for it. Do you like camping? It's pleasant. Do you like guns? Could do without them, honestly. Are you getting tired of answering questions? A little. Would you consider yourself to be kinky? It's in my name, Sadistic Haruka. So what do you think? Eyes are the window to the soul. Do you agree? Yes. Do you always keep your promises? Yes. Would you ever completely trust someone who's lied to you? No. Are you an only child? Yes. Do you ever enjoy being drunk? Well, I've gotten tipsy a few times in my life, but I wouldn't say I enjoy it. Do you like tattoos? No. Do you enjoy being high in any form? No. Do you believe you have a soul? Well, of course. Did you cry this week? Can't say that I have. Are you upset with someone right now? Not quite. Is there someone you're not being completely honest with daily? Do you understand how this works yet? Well, you've been asking me questions, so I like to think I understand. If you answer the questions twice, your truths may change. It's not just about answering the questions. It's about the time you spend answering them and the combination you answer them in. It's about many different variables you'd never guessed. Do you understand? Are you wondering if the test is going to end based on the previous question you just answered? If I were to tell you that this entire process was planted here for you, specifically you, to learn something about yourself and anyone else that this bothers, using this is just a byproduct of its intention, would you believe that? Well, of course. Are you afraid of being abandoned? Like you wouldn't believe. Are you afraid of dying alone? My. Do you worry that one day you'll be unexpectedly murdered? Are you always on guard, waiting to fend off an attack? Well, my coatbot is. Do you feel like I know you yet? You don't know me. Have you heard any strange noises while answering these questions? I think we have enough information about you. Whether you skipped questions, answered honestly or dishonestly, took loads of time to respond, or answered quickly without reading or understanding properly, I've been able to tell. Go on then. Let's see what you discover about Haruka Toyoguchi. I'm calculating your results. I'm analyzing you very carefully. I'm judging you. Based on what you've told me, this is what I can conclude. You are not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. Obviously. And that fact alone is what makes you so incredibly special. Well, aren't you sweet? Your scars are reminders of what didn't kill you. Your mistakes are who you were. The lessons learned are what you needed to be, who you knew who you could be all along. Forgive yourself for the mistakes of the past. The people you felt you should have paid more attention to. The people you felt that you should have given more of a chance. The people you felt didn't treat you the best. You are not the person. You don't have to be that person again. Every single second of every single day is an opportunity to change and be the best person we wish to be. One piece of advice I must offer you is that your time is not infinite, and your opportunities aren't either. You may not be able to change the past, but you can absolutely change the present, which will vastly alter your future. If only you believed in yourself as much as I believe in you. If only you could see what I see. You'd never doubt yourself ever again. Keep at it, make the changes, and flourish. Your secret word is appreciate. Remember this word. This will come in handy. Well, that was a very nice pep talk that they gave us at the end. Ara? Take the secret word that was assigned to you at the end of your session and leave it in a comment for us. We will be selecting some of you based on your answers to be included in a future project we're currently working on. My! Don't be afraid. This is an opportunity for you to be part of history. This is a chance for you to be part of something greater. Be sure to note your secret word in your comments. If you do not wish to be part of an upcoming project, simply leave your secret word out of your comments and we will not select your name. We appreciate any and all comments you leave, and we always read them thoroughly. Thank you for taking the time to answer these questions. I know they've been of some help to you, and if they aren't yet, it will all make sense very soon. Trust me on that. Ooh, more games, Well then. This was certainly an interesting experience. Very well, very well. And I appreciate you too, developers. This was actually very pleasant. Even though it's longer than most things that I do. Now then, if you lovely folks would like to play The Test, I will leave a link in the description below as always. You can find it on Steam. And like my boyfriend might have mentioned on Twitter, I'll be playing the sequels to this game throughout the week. The confession included. Now then, if you lovely folks enjoyed the video, please do leave a like and a comment and let me know, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, my lovely subjects.